Display marketing, very important, because I think display marketing, in fact, works the best. Because from experience, I tell you, when it comes to text ads, they don't work as well as display marketing. I believe this is a generic comment that I can make about any market around the globe, especially when it comes to display. I mean, in the Middle East, or I'll tell you Bahrain specifically, we have a couple of websites, where you wouldn't believe, but let's say about 52% of the audience who comes on the websites are from mobile devices. So the good part about display advertising is going with display advertising, you're catering to mobile app users, you have the websites, and so on. So display advertising is something that we usually go with, and we heavily invest into when it comes to the automotive sector. Automotive sector, because they do have car launches from time to time, and they have campaigns happening throughout the year. And you basically, when it comes to display marketing, it's all about how well can you probably target your audience. As in, let's say a very good example, BMW being one of our clients. When it comes to a campaign for BMW, setting up the audience is really essential, because I really don't want to target every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Ideally, I'm looking at somebody who is looking at something into the luxurious side of things. So it's quite crucial as to how well can you probably how well can you target your users, else it's going to be really broad. But display marketing, if you ask me the question, and if I had to answer in 2 words, I would tell you very much. Okay, targeting those people, you have the option to target people when it comes to display marketing, either through interests or keywords. These are some of the main ones that you could actually look at. And if you really want to see, I have a dummy account here. Let me show you how we can target it from here. I hope you can actually see my screen. So let's say you have, these are the options for getting an idea as to how to set up a display campaign. So what I'll do is I'll take you through what are the exact options that you have, and accordingly we can just do a draft of this. So first of all, let's take this as an example for BMW. So if we had to set the keywords, audiences, or the sites that you're looking for, so let's say for BMW, first of all, you would have BMW, of course, because these would be people, I mean, from the recent research which we have from Google, and I do have some handbooks which I could probably take you through another session as to how the automotive marketing has been in the region. I would tell you one of the primary things over here when it comes to buying a car is that they normally research over the internet. So you have people who are looking through the internet, and that is exactly how the buying process begins. So you would actually set up a couple of keywords or interest groups. So let's say we have BMW, then we probably have luxury goods, and then we do have, let's say, Lexus, who is one of the competitors, and you do have, I mean, because the exact audience of Lexus probably would be the exact people who would be able to get you into, who would be able to, exactly have the buying power for a BMW. Sorry, Shreyans, you said comparative keywords? Absolutely. Comparative, I'm not quite familiar as to what exactly your definition of comparative would be. But if you're referring to keywords that fall in a similar league, yes, why not? Oh, you mean competitive keywords? Am I correct? Okay, so I mean that's exactly what I was confused with. I mean, you mean competitive keywords? Very much, because I would tell you, you would have the same audience who are probably looking at buying a Mercedes, and they would be the exactly same people who could probably go for a BMW or for a Porsche, because the automotive market is something in Bahrain which is tough when it comes into the online advertising part. There are some like Audi. We do have Audi who heavily advertises through all the platforms, not just restricting to the search engine, but they're of course very active on the social media side and going with marketing automation as well. So I've set in a couple of keywords here just as a dummy one. So let's say the landing page, for example, let's go for bmw-bahrain.com, and your campaign targeting would be definitely Bahrain, because you being a dealership and not a regional office, you would be looking at only the Bahrain market. So the bidding type in Bahrain, ideally, we go with a CPC kind of a format, and that would be, I mean, I'll tell you how this would be different. Impressions, if you're going for a CPM bidding, it's meant for campaigns which are, in fact, for awareness-based campaigns. Whereas for clicks, you're looking at some ROI out of it, because not just awareness, and you're looking at clicks to be on the ads. And so I'll tell you how the CPC bidding works. As an advertiser, you would be looking at, I mean, you would get charged only for every click that is made on the ad. And this is something that we go with at a dealership level, reason being, at a regional level, you would be looking at something which is more about reaching out to people, and that's pretty much it for you. But when it comes to clicks, you're looking at, you want people who are probably interested into it to click into it and reach your landing page. And if you're looking on viewable impressions, yes, you will be just charged on based on the number of times people actually see every time of your ad. So for now, I'm going to use focus on clicks, because this is something that is commonly used here in the region, and this would be the best practice, unless you have a massive budget, of course. Right. So Shreyas, I hope that explains to your question about the pros and cons. Right. So coming down to, is there any other question, Shreyas, before I move forward? Right. So coming up to the languages part, well, the good part about Bahrain is we have a really good percentage of people who actually use English as their primary language on the online front, which is really good. Unlike Saudi, because in Saudi you have a massive percentage which looks at Arabic as the primary language. So it's all about the kind of audience that you're looking at. So you would be basically, I'll tell you, the reason why if you choose English would be that your ads would appear probably on websites which are compatible with the language. So let's have this set as English for now, and let's go for get ad group ideas. Right. Okay. So, Shreyas, if you're looking to hear what the difference between CPM and viewable CPMs is basically CPM basically means it's the cost per impression, and you will be charged for every impression that comes over through any users. But when it comes to viewable CPM, you're looking at a wider perspective. So you're looking at something which is multiple times, and in fact it reaches to a bigger audience. So you'll be charged basically on every view that is there on your ad. So it could be the same user, and they're not really unique, and it could be the same user who actually goes through and sees the ads maybe over 100 times, and you still get charged through, because these are viewable. I mean, these could be actually even takeover ads. Basically, they come up onto your screen, and in other words, they're known as interstitial ads. So these take over the screen, and basically the user, you might have experienced this a couple of times. When you go into websites, you have something that comes up as an ad. I hope that clarifies, right? Okay, so I think absolutely. The VCPM was something which was quite recently launched. I think it's only a couple of months, in fact, because earlier it used to be, I mean, we do have other options as well, like cost per acquisition and so on. So cost per acquisition, I could probably come to that a little later. But Joseph, thanks for the question. But yes, viewable CPM is something which was quite recently launched. I think it's only been a couple of months. No worries, Joseph. Always a pleasure. Anyone with any other questions? Right, so I guess I can move ahead with this. Now we've come to the part where we have the ad group ideas. So I think the ad group ideas is something which would allow you to, select the ad group, and you know exactly how many impressions you could possibly achieve per week. So having selected 6 of those keywords, we have about 50 million to 100 million impressions, which we could possibly receive over a weekly basis. And of course, one of the things with Google is you really cannot target by age group. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but not completely. Maybe on the social media front, you might have noticed that you can actually go with that because you're giving in those kind of data. But let's look at it over here itself. Like I earlier said, we do have the device part where you do have mobile at a really high over here at 70%. 70% means that's the biggest part of your audience there. So exactly that's exactly what matters when it comes to display advertising. Because with display advertising, you have people who are who are even using mobile apps constantly. I mean, all of us have a lot of mobile apps that we go through, be it even for sports updates or automotive blogs, or let's say Mashable, for example. If we look at that, you do have Google Space holders there. So I think we have a clear idea as to how we reached up to here. Do we have any questions for as to how did we get till here? Anyone with a question? I'm assuming there aren't any.